Hey, hello, and welcome to this episode of Learn Everyday English, your roadway to English proficiency. Glad to have you with me again today. We got a little different episode today. Going to talk about English phrasal verbs using the word hell and also the word devil, hell and devil. Kind of interesting. Haven't done a video like this in a while. But I get a lot of comments from viewers and people saying that phrasal verbs in English are some of the most difficult things to learn. And I know we do have a lot of phrases that use phrasal verbs, so it can be quite confusing and quite maybe daunting. Daunting. Have you heard that word before? Daunting. Like maybe difficult, complicated. So do you think learning English is daunting? Let me know in the comments below. But before I jump into today's episode, there's 3 things you can do for me. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and 3, tell your friends about it so that they can benefit from these videos too, just like you. Remember, I have an ebook out on Amazon called How to Talk Texan. If you'd like to learn more about how people talk in Texas, and the Texan accent, hey, check out the links below. You can click on that and get you a copy of the ebook. Also, if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, there's a link below where you can do that to help support this channel and keep me bringing you videos like this. I'm getting a lot of good comments from people. They enjoy the videos. I'm posting shorts every day and helping out a lot of people. I get a lot of good comments. The channel continues to grow. The subscriber count continues to increase every day. So things are good, and I'm having a lot of fun in my retirement years doing this channel. So hopefully I can continue doing this and help out a lot of people. So let's jump into today's episode. We're going to go over expressions about in English using the word hell and devil. So the first expression I want to go over is using the 2 words as hell. This is very common in English. Excuse me. Usually we begin a sentence and then we add the 2 words as hell after certain things that we say to make them more impactful or bigger or greater or larger. So I'll give you some examples which might make sense. Maybe you're outside and it's hot and you can say, boy, it's hot out here. It's hot today. But I can add the 2 words as hell and say, boy, it's hot as hell out here. It's hot as hell today. That means it's not just hot, it's very hot or it's really hot. So that's what as hell means. You can add the word very or really. Another example, I can say it's cold outside, but I can also say it's cold as hell outside. It's cold as hell outside. That means it's very cold, really cold. How about this? That test was hard as hell. That test was hard as hell. It wasn't just hard, it was very hard, which is hard as hell. Or maybe you feel this way. You can say English can be confusing. But maybe you want to say, hey, English can be confusing as hell. English can be as confusing as hell. That means it's not just confusing, it's very confusing. Here are a few other ways I can use as hell. Something can be fast as hell, like a car, or a person can run fast as hell. Maybe something is slow as hell, like a turtle. Somebody can be smart as hell, very smart, very intelligent. And somebody can be tall as hell, tall as hell. So you get the idea. So now you can use this expression as hell whenever you want to. Maybe add more emphasis to what you're saying. If you want to say something is very or really. You got that? Okay, hopefully that's clear. The second thing I want to go over, or phrase, is we start off and we say to hell with, and then we add something after that, to hell with something. And this really means like, hey, to forget this, to forget something, like, hey, don't talk about that. Let's not get into that. Or I'm not going to do this anymore. For example, it might be clearer if I give you some example. Say you're talking with somebody and you get into an argument and you're just tired of arguing. You just want it to end. You don't want to do it anymore. You can say, to hell with this, I'm leaving. To hell with this, I'm leaving. Like, hey, forget this. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm leaving. Or here's another example. Hey, to hell with trying to learn English phrasal verbs. It's just too hard. To hell with trying to learn English phrasal verbs. Like, hey, it's just too much. Forget this. I'm not going to do it anymore. To hell with this, trying to learn English phrasal verbs. It's just too hard. Or maybe it's hard as hell. It's hard as hell. So that's to hell with, to hell with. Have you heard that before? Well, let me get my notes here. And the third thing I wanted to go over, expression I wanted to go over is, and you might have heard this, it's what the hell, or what the hell? Somebody could make a statement like that, an exclamation. And it's like a exclamation, or you're saying something because it's surprising. You're surprised. It's like, I can't believe it. I can't believe this. What the hell? Like, what's going on? Wow, really? So that's what the hell. Here are two example sentences. What the hell? Who moved all the furniture around? What the hell? Who moved all the furniture around? And here's the second example sentence. When he saw the price of the shoes, he muttered. And muttered means he said to himself, or he said, what the hell? That's outrageous. That's outrageous. Outrageous means like it's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. So when he saw the price of the shoes, he muttered, or he said, what the hell? Like, wow, I can't believe this. That's outrageous. That's ridiculous. Have you heard that expression before? What the hell? Or a lot of times people will say, hey, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Doesn't make any sense. The fourth expression I want to go over is raise hell, or to raise hell. Raise hell. It doesn't mean to lift anything up. It means to cause trouble or to create a loud disturbance. To cause trouble or create a loud disturbance. For example, the students decided to raise hell after their teacher canceled the trip. The students decided to raise hell after their teacher canceled the trip, to cause trouble or create a loud disturbance or a lot of noise. Here's a second example sentence for you. She raised hell at the restaurant when her order was wrong for the third time. She raised hell at the restaurant when her order was wrong for the third time. And to raise hell at a restaurant, you could, maybe your voice gets loud. You could say, hey, I can't believe this. What's going on here? Why can't you get my order right? That's like to raise hell, to raise hell. The fifth expression I wanted to go over is called speak of the devil. Speak, to speak of the devil. And this means to, it's said when someone appears just after you mention them, or say you're talking about somebody and they suddenly appear, or you suddenly see them. It's as if they knew you were talking about them and they just appeared. For example, hey, speak of the devil. We were just talking about you. Speak of the devil. We were just talking about you. Or second expression or sentence. And there she is. And there she is. Speak of the devil, right on time. So maybe you're having a meeting and you're waiting on somebody. And you're saying, hey, I don't know when Mary is going to show up. I don't know when Mary, she should be here any time. And you see Mary come in. You could say, and there she is. There's Mary. Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. Right on time. Right on time. Like she appeared just as you were talking about her. Speak of the devil. The sixth expression is all hell broke loose. all hell broke loose. This means a situation suddenly becomes very chaotic. A situation suddenly becomes very chaotic. It gets out of control. We can say all hell broke loose. For example, when the fire alarm went off, all hell broke loose in the office. When the fire alarm went off, all hell broke loose in the office. That means everybody started to maybe run or to scramble to try to get out of the building. Here's a second example sentence. As soon as the referee made the controversial call, all hell broke loose on the field. As soon as the referee made a controversial call, like controversial means it's questionable, people had some doubts maybe. All hell broke loose on the field. All hell broke loose maybe on the football field. People started fighting or complaining. So that's all hell broke loose. Have you heard that one before? The seventh expression is when hell freezes over. When hell freezes over. And this means that, hey, something will never happen. Because, in hell, it's very hot, or it's extremely hot, or it's what? It's hot as hell in hell. And it's probably not going to freeze in hell because it's so hot. So we say when hell freezes over, that means, hey, it's something that is never going to happen. For example, I'll apologize to him when hell freezes over. I'll apologize to him when hell freezes over. And basically that means I'm never going to apologize to him because hell never freezes over. Or here's a second example sentence. Hey, sure, I'll go hiking with you when hell freezes over. Maybe somebody you don't like, you don't want to go out with them or do anything with them. You could say, sure, I'll go hiking with you when hell freezes over. That means, hey, I'll go hiking. Never. I'm never going to go hiking with you. Hey, I'll go when hell freezes over. The eighth phrase that I want to go over is hell bent on something. If somebody is hell bent or hell bent on something or hell bent on doing something, that means they are determined to do something, and sometimes often recklessly or not carefully. That's to be hell bent. Here's an example sentence. He's hell bent on winning the competition, no matter what the cost. He's hell bent, or very focused and determined, on winning the competition, no matter the cost. Or here's a second sentence. Why are you hell bent on proving me wrong? She asked. Why are you hell bent, or very determined, on proving me wrong? She asked. Or perhaps you're hell bent on learning and improving your English. You're hell bent, very determined on learning and improving your English. And that's not a bad thing. Okay, the ninth expression is between the devil and the deep blue sea. Something is between the devil and the deep blue sea. That means it's trapped between two difficult situations. Maybe you have a decision to make, and either way you go, whatever you decide, it's going to be difficult. You're kind of trapped between two very difficult choices or decisions. For example, he was stuck between the devil and the deep blue sea, either quit his job or take a pay cut. He was stuck between the devil and the deep blue sea, either quit his job or take a pay cut. Or here's a second example sentence. I felt like I was between the devil and the deep blue sea. Both options were terrible. I felt like I was between the devil and the deep blue sea. Both options were terrible. And finally, the 10th expression is probably one that you've heard before, because usually when you learn a new language, you learn kind of the bad things to say or bad ways to say things. And this expression is go to hell, go to hell. And this means kind of like, hey, forget you. Have you heard of that before? Forget you, forget you. People may do that. Or maybe another expression is F you, we say in English, F you, which is a very strong way to say something and not something I advise you to say, but you might hear that in movies and television shows and might read it in books, but to go to hell. And it's a rude way to tell someone to leave or to express your anger. It's a rude way to tell somebody to leave, to go away, or to express anger at them. For example, when he insulted her work, she angrily shouted, "Go to hell." When he insulted her work, she angrily shouted, "Go to hell, go to hell." Or here's a second example sentence. "If you think I'll help you after what you did, you can go to hell," she said firmly. If you think I'll help you after what you did to me, you can go to hell. You can go to hell, she said firmly. It's like, hey, I'm not going to do anything for you. I'm not going to help you. I'm angry at you. You can go to hell. So that's a very common probably expression you probably heard. So these were 10 expressions using the word devil or the word hell. Have you heard some of these before? Have you heard a lot of these before? Most of these before? Hey, let me know in the comments below and which ones you knew and which ones were new to you. So which ones you knew, K-N-E-W, and which ones were new, N-E-W, to you. So hopefully you liked that and you got something out of this video that helped you improve your English. Well, thanks for watching. So remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell your friends about it so that we can bring you more videos like this in the future. Well, that'll do it for now. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Learn Everyday English, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.